Walk our listeners through what driving a 3,000 horsepower car for 3.5 seconds is like. Not just the 3.5 seconds, Antron, but the time leading up to it. Do you use visualization? When do you start thinking about the race?
Honestly, when the run starts for me is when I put my helmet on. Once I put my helmet on, the switch goes out where Antron that smiles and waves at all the fans and sign autographs. You have to have a mode that you switch into your race mode. And when I switch to my race mode is when I'm in the back of my Sequoia being pulled to the starting line and we're in the staging lanes. And then when we got about four pair before I run, I put my headstock, put my helmet on, that whole mode goes down where you go in that mode where you don't you focus and you think about everything that's going on. And then I literally go to right from there and I get sitting in my race car where I start feeling acclimated with my race car, where my mind goes blank, where I'm not thinking about what to do or how to do it. I'm purely like relying on my instinct and my reaction of what's going to happen in front of me because you can't plan out a run with a top fuel car. It's not like saying, hey, I'm going to turn one, I'm going to take this apex and I'm going to do this. The
Yep.
top fuel, you got to kind of like evolve with it going down the racetrack because you got to react to it because it's going to do everything but try to go straight. Like our cars are long and
Mm.
they're made to go straight, but they do not go straight because you're trying to harness 12,000 horsepower to the racetrack. And literally, when I'm sitting in that car, I'm taking a breath in, breathing out, relaxing my mind, calming myself, and put myself in this poised state where I can jump and do what I need to do when it happens and react to it as quick as I can. You know what I mean? And once they strap me in tight, that's when everything starts. And when they strap me in tight, that's literally I'm the next pair to go up where they just tug my belts really tight where it feels like you can't breathe because you want to be that tight in the race car. And then when they roll up to the water burnout box, they fire the car up. And when you feel her fire up, it fires some gas, whoa, and then you hear it go to nitro where it goes pop, 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 and it starts shaking the ground and the car's waving side to side. You know that you're in tempo because you're actually sitting in this thing and you're rocking left to right because that's the pulse of the motor going from one cylinder to this from one side to the other side. That's now you're part of the heartbeat of the race car. And as they give you that signal to roll through the water burnout box, you slowly let off the clutch pedal and you roll through. And when you stop on the gas pedal and you're only moving it a quarter of an inch, literally to the throttle stop, you're not going wide open, a quarter of an inch. That car jumps off the ground and you hear it go, wah, and you can feel the tires just peel, like, literally heating the tires up by it doing the burnout. And the car is just up there, just fluttering and floating through the water. And when you let off, you feel a chirp go, and it jerks forward. Then you ease it to a stop. And then right there, you're trimming your fuel pump, making sure the fuel level's right. You got the right fuel pressure and fuel flow going to the engine. Then you actually put it in reverse and you back it up and you bring it to the start, back to the starting line, put it forward, and you roll forward just gently to the start line. You stop before you like the pre-stage bump up on the tree that activates you to go for you to take off the starting line. The crew chiefs are doing their thing on the car, and at that moment right there, that's when you know that's the quiet before the storm. That is the quiet before the storm, before you're about to let hell break loose when you hit the gas pedal. And and the crew chief will come and put their finger in front of your windshield and signal you forward for you to go forward. And when they do that, you know it's time to go to war. And once they do that, I literally go like this. I literally flap my shield down, my visor down, and I don't just put it down gently. I go bam. And that means I'm going to war. The battle's about to start. And you inch forward. You light the pre-stage bub up. And at that moment right there, that's when I take a deep breath through my nose exhale through my mouth. Then I reach over and I turn the fuel pump wide open, let all the fuel get to the engine. I pump the brakes, take my foot off the clutch, and I'm holding the car back with the brake. And then I just do a couple bumps until I light the stage bulb up. And then once the other person's stage bulb's lit up, that tree will come down where you see 3 yellows. As soon as you see that 3 yellow, you let the handbrake go at the same time you mash the gas pedal. And when you do that, you're just dropping the hammer down. And that's when everything goes black for a split second. You literally look to see the tree, it goes black. And when you hit the gas pedal, and all of a sudden, when you can pick your vision up, you're past the 60-foot clock cone. Like you already went 60 feet. In 0.8 of a second, you already went 60 feet and you're over 100 miles an hour. And that's when the run starts.
You just put your description of all of this, Antron, is just poetic. It's just poetic. Yeah. No one's ever described anything like this before. It also prompted me to think, do you got to be a little bit crazy?
Yes. Yeah. I think that we're all not there sometimes, but I think that us as drivers, we are sane. The problem is that we get so caught up in the moment that you don't have the time to think about being scared, if that makes sense. You get what I mean?
Yeah. Wow.
You know, it's kind of like a boxer back in the day when Mike Tyson was in his heyday. They wanted to take him out, but are they really sane going against a monster like that knocked people out in 30 seconds? You get what I mean? But when they go in gladiator mode, they don't think that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we don't think it until you step on the gas pedal. Because when we step on the gas pedal, you just got hit by Tyson taking off the starting line. You know what I mean?
What does it do to your body? What does it do to your body? I mean,
it literally, we go through the start line, we hit about 4 Gs when we leave the start line.
Yeah.
But when we go, this is what makes a top fuel car and a funny car so much different than anything you've ever driven. That's not where we feel the max Gs. We feel the max Gs at 2.93 seconds at 660 feet. That's where our clutch goes 1-to-1. Where our clutch goes 1-to-1, the G meter goes off the chart. So imagine this, when we're doing 295 to 300 miles an hour, we pull more Gs there than we did from 0 to 100.
Wow.
The car literally takes off harder again.
Amazing.
We literally pull over 6 Gs when the clutch goes 1-to-1 at 300 miles an hour. And we pull 4 Gs when it goes from 0 to 100.